Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Trickett, and yes, this is another amazing edition, guys, of Wake Up with Trickett, and I hope everybody is doing well on this Memorial Weekend. Yes, it is Super Saturday. I hope you guys are vibrating high and not connecting to any low vibrations or frequencies that's going to keep you way down. So with that being said, you know the routine. If it's your first time coming by, you are welcome. Everybody is welcome at Trickett's house. Have a seat, relax, get comfortable, because we're all going to grow and learn together. And if you are someone that is a part of my collective and you have been rocking out with me, learning and growing, then I know you're learning and growing then, right? There's no way you can have been watching me, 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying, 1-2-3 years, and you're still the same. That's incredible. If you are, that's impossible. You could be watching but not listening. I don't know how that would work, but I affect people's lives one way or another, and that is just guaranteed. So with that being said, guys, let's jump right into it. Hey guys, I'm grateful for everyone stopping by and clicking on this video and obtaining this knowledge, because this is going to be some really good stuff today. So you know what? Don't be afraid to hit the like button if you got something good out of this message, because you're going to get something good. Now, you can always be low vibrational, because this is what I'm about to talk. This is what I'm going to talk about today. And low vibrational people do ungrateful, low vibrational stuff. They hear a message, they benefit from it, and then they show no gratitude for the seed, the gem that was dropped into their mind that they didn't come up with, that the download was not given to them. These people will always have bad karma. These people will always struggle, because once again, when you're broken and you can't give gratitude, there's a reason for that. So I'm not mad at you. I deal with broken people all the time. I'm not broken, but I deal with them. So I don't get angry. Would you get angry at a child that was a toddler and did something wrong? You would understand if you're in your right frame of mind, right? Because you would know that's just where they're at. And that's where I'm at with people that don't comment, that don't leave a like, and my message is better than the message they spoke all week long or all month long. I get it. On my page, it's like a hospital. I deal with a lot of broken people living in fear. Like, I get the worst of the worst on my page. Even the ones that's supposedly supposed to be in the light, because I read energy. I know what's on my page. I got readers. I got other people on my page. They're in that same mentality as the other people for whatever reason. I don't get upset. I continue to let my light shine, and I continue to transmute negative energy to positive energy, and I'm going to continue to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, guys, let's just jump into this. Does the devil have a frequency? That's the message today. Let me say it again. Does the devil have a frequency? Absolutely. And we've all connected to it, and we can all connect to the devil's frequency on a snap of a finger. When you are in your low vibrational state, that is the devil's frequency. When you have problems, with being happy for others, that's a devil frequency. When you tell half-truths or slander people's names, or you're unfaithful to your girlfriend, fiance, spouse, all of that is the devil's frequency. You found it whether you were looking for it or not, whether it was by default or on purpose. You found it. And that's the devil's frequency, guys. And the devil frequency will always show up in the category of I, like my father used to teach. He used to teach all the time. He had this one tape I really liked, and it was talking about I, not the power of I. Like how when selfishness is always going to be used, you always say I. When it's always going to be about yourself, it's always an I thing. It's not a we, it's not a us. It's not how can I better us. It's not how can I do better to help mankind, to uplift someone else. No, it's always about me, myself, and I. A devil frequency. When you lie, that's the devil frequency. Even in the Bible, it says that the devil is the father of all lies, not some, of all. So do you find his frequency? Yes, every time you lie, you find the devil's frequency. When you cheat, when you steal, when you want what somebody else has so you can live a better life, but you're not smart enough to do it on your own. So you have to drop down to the devil's frequency to try to steal from someone else so you can live a better life off of their stuff. The devil frequency, people, will have you in illusions, making you think that things are better than what it really is. You know, there's a verse even in the Bible that God says, I will send you strong delusions, so you will think wrong is right and right is wrong. Well, people, we are living in that time. Now, I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. But I have studied many different spiritual practices, so I can be out here when I'm in warfare, which is constantly, and I have the intellect to be able to talk to people that come from other backgrounds. Because I studied. A lot of people are lazy. They only want to do the bare minimum. Well, I heard somebody tell me that this was wrong, so I just ran with it. You didn't want to do no research. You know why? Because you're lazy. You know, slothfulness, for those that believe in scripture, it's also a sin. Being lazy, slothfulness is laziness. That's also the devil's frequency. So we are all guilty of being on the devil's frequency at one point or another. The difference is, guys, some of us wake up out of it and some of us never do. Some of us live in the devil's frequency and we carry all the attributes or many of the attributes. Lying, stealing, cheating, thieving, half-truths, slander. Do you know you have people right now that say they like someone and they don't have the courage, right, to approach them because they're in a frequency of fear, which fear, false evidence appearing real, it's also the devil's frequency. So you're dealing with a demonic individual. They may not be demonic, but the minute they go into that frequency, they are demonic. It is what it is. I don't care who it is. Mother, father, sister, brother, priest, pastor, cousin, whoever. The minute they enter into that frequency, the minute they make that conscious decision to lower their standards, to drop down to a lower frequency, and then they have entered into the devil's frequency with their energy. Instead of going high, that's why you're always told to vibrate high. Vibrate high brings you closer to making the right decisions because you are gravitating more to love. That's why you're told to grab to vibrate high. You're told that because the higher you vibrate, the closer to love you are, and the closer to love you are, the better decisions you will make. They won't be made out of fear, out of haste. They will be made from a sound mind. And so, people that are making these decisions out of fear, based off of what somebody told them, based off of what I heard, and you didn't want to do any research to find the actual truth, because it was easier, you know, lazy, devil frequency, to just take it from here and accept it, or not accept it. But you didn't put no work in. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Do you know we have people making decisions on people all day long that never took 60 seconds out to fact check the story to see if it was true or false? They just ran with it, and they wonder why their lives go the way it goes. They wonder why they get the karma that they get back. How can you steal and not expect to be punished? So God that created everything, universe, whoever you want to call it, you didn't create this, so you know there's somebody bigger than you and me out here, right? How do you expect that you can just do these things and then not be held accountable? What did I say the Bible says? God in the Bible says, I will send you strong delusions to where you would think wrong is right. You know how many people are doing that right now? They think they're wrong, they're doing is actually right. They're under that delusion spell. And this ain't witchcraft. This is from God himself, teaching these ignorant people a lesson. Like, how dare you try to mock me and think that you can do all this foul stuff, tell lies, cheat, steal, do all of this stuff, tell half-truths, and you weren't going to be held accountable for any of it. Delusions, illusions, they're not all there, guys. That's like somebody telling you, I don't believe in gravity. Would that mean anything to you because they said they didn't believe into it? Because they said they didn't believe it? Would that mean anything to you? Absolutely not, because you know it's true. You know if you jump off that roof, you are going to come down, because what goes up comes down, and you know you can't fly, so you're coming down. So you would look at that person as what? Delusional. And that's how I look at these people. People that make fake profiles, devil energy. It's toxic. I don't care what excuse they try to give you. You know why people give you excuses when they do toxic stuff? Because if they don't, it's going to make them look crazy outright. So they have to come up with something. Well, I made a profile because I'm stalking, because I'm watching but not commenting. I'm watching but not hitting a like. I'm commenting. I'm watching. I'm staring. I'm stalking, but I'm just in the shadows. Yeah, that's creepy. It's creepy. You know why they don't tell nobody what they're doing? Because they don't want to be looked at for who they really are, a creep. So do you stalk everybody? Oh no, because the other people on my low vibration, I feel comfortable with, so I show my face. That's a devil. Stay away from me, because I am a very powerful person. I am no joke to play with. But I take offers all day. I'm like Bruce Lee, bring it. I've never lost. I'm very confident in the skills and power that I possess. And when I speak something, how I can make it happen and manifest on a drop of a dime. I've done it too much. And I can do it never leaving my home, with my legs crossed, enjoying My girls and family and friends and whoever else I might have over, or just be in hermit mode, enjoying nature. Hear that? Getting grounded. So guys, I'm just letting you know, yes, there is a devil frequency. We've all been on it, but some of us choose to live in it. And that's where the mistake is at, because we're all growing, so we'll make mistakes. Is it hard for you to make your wrongs right? That's a devil frequency, because pride, ego, and stubbornness is what's holding you back. And if you have pride, ego, or stubbornness, if someone says, oh, she's very stubborn, or he's very stubborn, that's a red flag. Run the other way from that headache right there. That's a headache. That's a low vibrational person that has chosen to connect to the devil's frequency. I want to be stubborn. I can just be right. Why would I want to be a headache when I can be a blessing? Because I'm not rolling in love. I'm not vibrating high. So love would have me having people say, oh, this girl is such a blessing, or this man is such a blessing. But instead, you're hearing how stubborn they are, how much ego they have, how much pride they carry. And they wear it around like it's a badge of honor. Yes, I'm very stubborn. Really? And you're proud of that junk? Get away from me. Go back to your cave where you come from. You're not worthy to be in my circle. My energy's too bright. It will chew you up in pieces. You won't even feel comfortable sitting in my presence because you're a low vibrational creature. Because you chose to be that with your own free will. You made poor choices because you vibrate very low. And you choose not to elevate your energy so you can connect to higher frequencies, which will put you closer to love. Now, does God have a frequency? Absolutely. Love, being kind, forgiving yourself and forgiving others, being an extended hand to someone that may need it, being an ear for someone that needs it, showing compassion for people that don't have it, that may need it, having understanding for those that may need it. All of that is the love. It's a God frequency. All of that is God frequency. Can you connect to the God frequency? Absolutely, you can connect to a God frequency, which will bring better things into your life, because what you put out, you get back. Call it karma if you're into the spiritual world. Call it reaping and sowing if you're religious. It's amazing how it's the same thing, right? Go figure. Anyway, you can connect to the God frequency. See, I'm out here getting grounded. People ground in different ways. Some people read a book. Grounding is calming yourself down, centering yourself back to where you need to be, to where you're balanced and not off balance, like an alignment. Yeah, the car's still going, but it's like doom, 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 because the alignment's off. And you know how many people are living a life like that? Yeah, they're still functioning. They're still, doing their day-to-day tasks, but they're doing it in the lowest vibration. They're like the alignment. They haven't got their alignment fixed to where they're just smooth road. Maybe because they're stubborn. I had got taught a lesson. I was out here trying to, set up for my recording. I didn't feel like getting my tripod. So out of my stubbornness, I found myself in the devil frequency, right? I took an extra 10 minutes trying to get it to stand on something and all this other stuff. Now, I already dropped my phone yesterday, right? Not paying attention, my fault. And I cracked the screen, so I'm gonna have to go buy a new phone. But instead of just going in the house and saying, you know what, my tripod is right by the back door, let me just grab it. I'm not even 1 minute away from it, right? But stubbornness, that's why I hate stubbornness. That's why when somebody tell me they're stubborn, or, oh yeah, she's stubborn, bye, I'm already red flagging that person, zip, 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 I'm out, done. You need to go to somebody that's on your low level of vibration. I'm sure you guys will create a lot of negative living together, but not with me. I know my value. So I had slipped into that vibration because I was being stubborn. I'm like, I'm just going to make the phone stand on this while it's already broke, because I dropped it earlier, still didn't learn my lesson. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, you're getting ready to do a video, right? On the devil's vibration, the devil's frequency, and here you are on that frequency. Why are you being stubborn when 30 seconds you can just get up and put this on a tripod, and in 1 minute you're ready to go, versus the 10 minutes that you're giving your stubbornness to rule your life. And I was wrong. I'm in error. That's why I'm sharing the story. How many of us do this? I just don't feel like getting up. Stubbornness. I hate stubbornness. I hate ego. I hate pride. It's good to have pride in a healthy way. You're proud for you're proud of the accomplishments, the things you came through, whatever. But you're not degrading others while you're being proud for the things that you've done. That's a healthy. You got to have some kind of self-worth. That's healthy. I don't like people that have egos. There's a healthy ego, healthy competition. Come on, we're getting ready to race. I can beat you. Well, we'll see. And at the end, we still shake hands on whoever won, whoever didn't win. That's healthy. But most people carry an unhealthy ego. And so many people operate in fear that they do everything behind the scenes. That's why they stalk you, make fake profiles. That's where magic comes in, hexing and curses. And for those that don't believe it, you keep saying you don't believe it, and you're going to attract somebody that's going to put something on you, and your whole life is going to go crazy. That's what you going to church and doing all that stuff that you do, because you have never been taught to fight it. You don't even know what it looks like when it comes. So you're at a big disadvantage when it comes to the enemy. This stuff is real. Does it work on me? No. Did it work? Have I had spells and hexes put on me? Absolutely. You know when they were able to get me? When I had no idea about it. When I didn't know anything. And I was like a lot of people, just raised up in the church. Dad was a preacher, and hey, it was what it was. Then I found out that there was so much more to life than just what I was taught. No shade thrown. I respect my father. But there was just so much more to be taught. So when I learned about the hexes, the curses, and witchcraft really does exist, it's not just something in Hollywood TV. It's not just something that God talks about in the Bible, but it really does exist. If the devil exists, hello. Religious people crack me up. They don't want to talk about angels. They want to tell you how the devil's on them. They don't believe in angels. They only believe in the devil when things are going bad for them. And they take no accountability for any of the things that they could have, should have, would have done. Woo, the devil's on me. I got a flat tire. Woo, it's not because you ran over the glass. Oh, no, it's... Okay, whatever. I don't live a superstitious life. I own up to what I need to own up to. So there is a devil frequency. And yes, there is the God frequency. I would suggest that we operate in the God frequency. Stay grounded, like I was talking to you guys about earlier. I ground outside. I come out here, I hear nature, because nature never cheats God. It doesn't say the boss isn't looking, I'm not going to work as hard. It still does exactly what it's supposed to do. Why do people go to the ocean? So they can hear the water, the ocean. It grounds them. It centers them. It calms them again. People read books. People go for walks. People jog. People exercise. And it's not always just for the physical benefits, but it's because it relaxes them. That's why people go fishing. Even if they didn't catch nothing, you're like, you never catch nothing. Why you like going out there? Because it is relaxing. It's calming. So you need to find ways to get centered, to get grounded. Because when you're grounded, you make better decisions that will keep you out of that devil's frequency of making decisions out of haste, making decisions because you're emotionally caught up. I don't like to make decisions when I'm emotional. No. I've seen too many things people jumped on the bandwagon for because they were emotional, and the money got spent other places, and they never went to the cause, and yada, yada, yada. And we all know how those stories go, right? Because unfortunately, the emotion grabbed you, but then you had people in the devil frequency that was like, now the donations and all the money's pouring in. Instead of putting it towards the cause that we said, we're going to put it on ourselves, on our mistress, on our strip clubs, on our vacations, on what we want. It's going to be I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. But I started it off as we and us, the people. But then when the money came in, it was like, I need a new car, I need a new vacation. I. Devil's frequency, not honest. God's frequency brings karma. And God is so, and when I'm not talking about God of the Bible, I'm talking about God of all creation. That's bigger than the Bible. I'm talking about the God of all creation that created everything that exists. That God is the God I'm talking about. I lost my thought for a second because I got a bunch of different thoughts coming in my mind. And that God serves karma, good and bad. And he only gives you what you put out. That's how fair he is. He's like, you're putting out good, I'm going to have good come back to you. You're putting out negative, I'm going to have negative come back to you. Now, this is where free will comes into play, and you have a choice to now put out good or to put out bad. Some people want to put out sprinkle of good and a whole lot of bad. Some people just want to do both. I want to do some good and put out some bad, so they get good and bad coming back all the time. They're not consistent with one way. So that's about it, guys. I just want to let you know that yes, there is a frequency for the devil. Yes, there is a frequency for God. I try my best to dwell on the God frequency to the best of my knowledge. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. I'm not perfect. But I'm striving to do right. Versus someone that is living in that low vibration. Every time you talk to them, they have something negative to say. Every time something good happens to someone, they have something negative to say. They're never happy for no one else. They're always complaining. They live in a woe is me victim mentality. Devil frequency. Jealousy, unhealthy jealousy, devil frequency. I'm going to do everything to try to stop somebody because I don't want them to have anything. Why don't you just put that energy in you? Because I don't have a life. I don't have an identity. I'm in the devil's frequency, and I've slumped so low to where now I only focus on somebody else's life or other people's lives, or I try to live my life through other people. Devil's frequency. So I would suggest today, guys, that everyone live in a God frequency, which is just trying to be the best version of you that you can be. You know why they say treat people like you treat yourself? Because if you're in your right frame of mind, no one is really going to treat themselves negative. You're always going to want the best for yourself. That's why, you've always heard treat others the way you want to be treated. But when you turn on the light, it attracts a lot. A lot of different insects. It attracts a lot when that light comes on. And you also know when you turn on the light, it runs off those that live in the dark. Because they're like, oh, don't want to be exposed. Oh, don't want people to know who I am under the mask for real. That I'm a liar under the mask. That I'm a stalker under the mask. That I'm a spiritual bully under the mask. I'm too afraid to approach anyone. So I'm going to hide behind spell work. Because I got to be behind the scene because I'm a coward. Trying to fight a giant that's not afraid of nothing. How does that work? I got 30 people involved. It still ain't working. I'm spending all this money. I'm still going to jail. I'm still getting sick. Some of us are still dying. I thought it was going to work. I'm going to leave you with this. God in the Bible says, I will send you strong illusions to make you think wrong is right and right is wrong. And how many people today do we have doing wrong in the name of right according to that individual? That's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys will watch your frequency. And if you do happen to fall on that lower frequency, like we all have, just pick yourself back up out of it. If you're sick, don't talk about sickness all day. Everybody that calls, yeah, I'm still feeling bad. Really? That's why you're like that for as long as you are. I had my face kicked in. In record time, it healed back. You can't even tell that it was kicked in. And the pictures are on Facebook. And I said I would heal myself because I understand energy and how it works. So guys, enjoy your weekend. Just try to vibe high. Transmute that pain. It's not always easy, but then again, that's what separates the doers from the slackers, because the doers are going to do and get through the pain, where the slackers, they don't even want to try. It's easier to just tell their negative pity party story to everybody and to anyone that'll listen to it than to just get up out of that energy and step into your God frequency, right? Where you start to elevate higher because you are thinking higher and you're treating people better. So now your life is changing because good things are coming to you because you changed it. You're not waiting for no one to change it. You're not waiting to go to heaven. You're not waiting to go to hell. You're not waiting for this and waiting for that. No, you made a conscious decision to do the right thing. And because you put in the action, you are going to benefit because it's cause and effect. My neighbor's getting ready to do his yard. It is the weekend for Memorial.